Hey, you! Want layouts like these? Well, do not fret and watch this easy beginner-friendly tutorial.
Firstly, you will need Ibis Paint, Pinterest, and Tumblr is optional. First, make sure you have a sprite for the layout in mind. Then enter Pinterest and search up character name, sprites. I'll be using Sailor Moon. Make sure to download the photos. Click the three dots under the photo in the bottom right corner and click Download Photo. And just continue doing just that for as many sprites as needed. Great work! Now for the eye shots, you can just search up your character's name, anime, clip art, or photo. Next, we are going to look for the Rentree dividers. Simply search up Rentree dividers, color that you need, like Rentree divider red or blue. While you're at it, make sure to search up bow or ribbon PNG for something like this if you want to add it. Make sure to try to pick out a variety of color shades for the Rentree dividers in case it doesn't fit the color palette later on. If you decide to use Tumblr for the Rentree dividers or other things, then you can use the same keywords, but try to change the wording a bit. If you don't find what you're looking for immediately, don't worry. That happens, but don't just stop looking. Take a few seconds of scrolling or changing your wording. It might just pop up. Now let's get to actual part you have been awaiting. Let's put it together. When doing so, it might take a while to figure out what you're doing and how you want it to look. So I recommend trying out filters that change its colors to see how different hues change the look. Keep in mind that putting it together takes patience, because I went from this to this. And if it doesn't look how it should or how you want it to, you can always go back and look for different dividers. Here you can see me play around with the hues for a while. I was really struggling trying to find the right color. I also use a trick where you duplicate the layer a few times and merge them together to make the color more opaque, vivid, or bright. Remember, this is your layout, and you choose how you want it, so you don't have to add as many borders as me, but try to make sure the background is easy to see. Then import and add your ribbon, bow. And hit this button with the three dots, then hit this to get rid of the white background. For this step, this is important. Search up Profile Picture Outline Overlay and simply just save the ones you might want to use. To actually put the photo inside of the frame first, get rid of the background and make sure the photo is one layer above the frame. Next, clip the photo to the profile picture frame as I do here. I recommend that you try out a few different ones to see how they all look. I went with my first option. The next step we are going to work on is the eye shots. Make sure you have your image and import it to the canvas. Then click on Eraser and this button with a finger icon and click Rectangle. Then just capture as much of the eyes as you'd like. Then duplicate the layer. Once you have duplicated the layer, move it under the original one and angle it so it is still somewhat visible like this. And find a filter that pixelates it to your liking, but not too much. And use only a little bit of drop shadow. Then on your layer that is above, use drop shadow and cover majority of the duplicated layer. Another thing I like to do is add the character's Nendoroid or the character's accessories to the edges of the eye shots for aesthetic or to make it look better. Also, please don't flame me if the accessories are hers. I haven't watched Sailor Moon in like a year. And now this part is dedicated to you at aura_thediva_rants. And now it is time for the color swatches. You can do any shape you want, but I like to do circles or squares to keep it simple, but it's really easy to do, trust me. First, grab the colors from your sprite and put them in your color palette. Then go to the shape toggles, but make sure you have it equipped on brush, and simply just make the border and click bucket tool to fill it in, and then use stroke outer or stroke both for the outline. Finally, we are in the home stretch, everyone. It's time to make the watermark. However, this time it will be super simple, and I'll even explain how to download fonts if you need it. First step is going back to Pinterest. It'll be using flowers like I have on my Madoka layout. Search up flower color, like I put red flowers, because I didn't want roses, but you can of course do whatever you want. Then just adjust it like a sort of couch for your text. Now, if you aren't satisfied with the fonts you already have, it'll show you how to actually download fonts because none of the tutorials I saw helped me, but that's just me. Make sure you have files downloaded though. Follow this part step by step because it can get really confusing. First, click the text sign. When you add whatever text and click fonts, then hit the plus sign at the top. When in your browser site, click DAF fonts and simply just search up a font you want, like Porky's. Then click the download button. Once you do, you'll see a down-facing arrow next to the website name at the bottom of your screen. Click on it, then hold on your downloaded text and click share, then click Ibis Paint. Give it a second to load, and wow, there you have it, your new font. Fit it to where you want it to be, and that's your watermark. Now it's time for the finale. Time to add the overlay. This step is really easy, but I'll still demonstrate it. Just download the overlays from the Pinterest that you like, and you might have to invert the colors depending on the ones you want. But be sure to get rid of the background and then just adjust it. And there you have it, folks, your very own layout. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, feel free to share them in the comments. I will reply when I can. Enjoy making your new and improved layouts.
Alright,